call me Fuego. 93 like me. Fire in the sheets, spending summers on the sea. Quedo, she throw away home. Bearfield life on the day.
When, for example, Lost HD came over to the Rumblers, was he EU still?
I considered him North America.
Yeah.
All right, but as you can see here, everything is going on. We got 3 seconds before we move into the game. Any last thoughts before we go, Paper Thin?
Nope. Looking forward to this. My thoughts are, let's get going. Let's get in here, and let's see what kind of plane we have. Now, this one is much more fair. We don't have that extremely steep, west to south circle. Now it's just right 45 degrees across the middle. And
that is a good point. A lot of our circles have been very opposite plane paths. So if trend sticks, let's see, I'm going to go ahead and say Georgia Pool for the circle, just because it feels like every single time the plane path is over here, the circle just wants to go in the complete opposite direction for this, but a lot of our teams still opting back over towards a military base. You can see FaZe and Exodus continuing to push back over there towards it.
Well, I said Pachinki circle. I'm going to stick with that. That's what I'm feeling on this one. We're going to get a liquid circle, if you want to call it that. I guess since they're the only ones going Pachinki here.
I need to get to the island now, otherwise I'm going to die. With still having the main island having a little bit of control on there, a couple of these guys can make their way through, and he'll find himself getting knocked from a nice shot. No scopes are needed whenever you're Jeems. Just go ahead and get those knocks coming through. Already moving aggressively. The rest of the team coming up to support. It's going to be Mixie getting some shots as well.
Just so we're clear, that is the worst iron sight in the game on the M24, and Jeems lands a headshot. Nutty stuff from him. Here is Ibiza looking to push in on the backs of the Red Cannons. Isn't able to connect with his spray. Liquid already in this position, but so far only one member of the Cannons down. They might be able to hold this off.
Be very careful on how they make their approaches, especially in these buildings. These buildings are so awkward as you move your way through, but it's just going to be a numbers front coming up from them. Liquid's got 3 people starting to make these pushes through, and they're trying to be very cautious, check every single angle as they make their approach through. Make sure that nobody's down toward the bottom, but it's all on a Mixie. You can see in the bottom right, he's trying to provide support, make sure none of the other teammates can come up and help at all. And going to have to step away from that one, as that's going to stall them on that push.
Yeah, looks like that Molotov might have impacted on the surface of the railing of the stairs there. I'm not exactly sure. Mexi does get knocked, so now this is becoming a little bit more difficult for Team Liquid. Still and 1 FPS is the only one knocked. Kill Demo is going to be able to get his revive off. Now that one is going to set 2 people on fire.
There's nowhere to go.
It's like the movie Backdraft.
It's just an oven up there, but Raspu managed to find one little spot to get some breathing room. Kill is down below him. Now Jeems going to make the push up. Easy flush up, but look at that. Gets caught out. Does manage to get one down, but finally everybody in the attic is taken down. And you know the Red Canids, man. We're just hoping they could grab like that TV that was up there and roll it down the stairs. Anything to stop that push.
That was just wild there in that compound. Team Liquid, once they lost Mexi, that made that situation infinitely more dangerous for them, because they don't have somebody covering them to kind of maneuver around the outside of that building as they please. Kind of forces their hand. Now, they did get a great molly up inside that window, but then they go up the stairs, they don't look the right way, and there's Raspu just waiting.
I gotta say, I really like this more aggressive style Team Liquid towards the early parts of the game. Here is a problem, though. Sure, Tornado Energy managed to get away. They managed to make it over towards this building, but this is a wildcard building. And there is one thing we know about wildcard. They will push you if you aggress on their territory. They want every kill point that they can possibly find. So Melman's got to figure out, what do you do in this situation? You can see Keenan already moving into an aggressive spot. These guys will not hesitate in one moment to go after it. Look at how much utility they're using. They're like, okay, let's just funnel them into one spot, make the push, and then just get this over and done with. Look, They're already scouting it out, know exactly where to go now.
You're exactly right. They do a methodical job making sure they know exactly where Melman is. Now let's see if Keenan can commit. Oh, there's some help coming from Compot, though. Great job understanding the situation. Melman's outside. Sharpshot isn't able to get the knock. See if he can come up behind him again. No, he thrown and he gets him.
Nice play coming out there, but Keenan says, no, thank you. I'm going to go ahead and get some cover back over for my teammate. And it's kind of interesting to go ahead and use the Molotovs that we saw Wildcard throw themselves to slow them down. Navi's just getting involved in this, kind of reaching out and throwing out some fun back over towards the Wildcard fight as it was going on, but they have a nice position, but they're on edge of circle is the problem.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting in a way for Navi if they're going to opt to try to just stay on this side of the bridge, because it's almost almost 100% that this is going down to the south. Are they going to stay on this side of the bridge? This is the easier bridge to bridge camp from this side and try to get their points that way.
My thing is, look down over at Oath. Oath is in some trouble right now. They are entirely gate kept out by Exalt. They need to like move forward just a little bit more, but there's no angles. They've just got this little ledge to work with. The circle does pop and move back over here, so this is going to be favorable for them.
I'm sitting here like waiting for Udyr to take the shot. Meanwhile, back over to Omaken. They're going to get the knock and the flush onto Zoid. Still 4 strong, 2 kills for them, both onto Ival. He's got an SKS. He's got that 7-6 loadout. Let's see if he can get in on the Flood. The spray is not good enough. A little bit of damage from his teammate. T-Bone has to back off because he's pretty weak.
Atletico is getting hurted back over next to Singularity, and that's also making a secondary problem as OMK actually has an angle for this as well, and it's just turning into a bloodbath across this hillside as it's just destroying each of these teams.
Yeah, Extreme is going to get a point for Atletico over there, but he is going to get returned upon by Harald. Kickstart taken out by Page. So Omaken doing a great job here outside of the circle, getting the points where they can. Na'Vi is making their push right across the bridge. They're opting to go for position. They saw an opening. They're able to get the information from the lighthouse, get on in. Now let's see if Omaken can get up on their backsides and make anything happen.
They're moving into an aggressive position, really stalling out. Keenan gets spotted out, just taps him in the head. He goes down. He was trying to hold back Example, but there's going to be more damage now. Example does walk up, manages to get the flush back over towards it, but what do you do next from that position? Zolt still holding the high ground, Oath clinging to life in this position, just praying somebody comes up and distracts Exalt, but everything is happening towards the north. There's nobody really aggressing back over towards their position.
Yeah, they're completely pinned inside of a funnel. Here comes a grenade up over too far, just bounces at a funny angle.
Oh, but here comes the push. I like that. Go ahead and use the grenade. Cover up the footsteps down. Just come running in. Nailup's going to have a beautiful sightline off to the side of this. Gets the one onto it, trying to connect on the other one, but gets dropped himself. Udyr goes down as well. Shiv's playing this from distance, but can't quite get it. Finally does get it down onto it, but this is just absolute chaos over here.
Yeah, both these teams just tearing each other apart. Shiv, the only member left. I thought this was Exalt just going to wipe the floor with some good shooting, but it's going to be Exodus Taylor J who comes in to finish them off.
Exodus just strolls up and is like, hey, I want to join this party, and just absolutely demolishes them. There are 2 members up for Oath back over there on that angle, maybe even 3. I can't quite see onto it, but you can see OMK now trying to make their rotation through. They've got Nick onto one angle that does get the shot and a flush onto another one, but it's going to be Atletico, again, down to just 1 member trying to move through this position, walking away with 3 kills at this point, but Na'Vi already getting a nice position back over towards that. OMK, not a lot of territory to work with due to Na'Vi's positioning, and guess what? It's also going to be FaZe making an approach onto the south of them.
Yeah, I don't even think where Omaken is inside the circle. Meanwhile, Exodus continues to clean up this battle. Somehow Oath is able to get back up to 3 strong. If you would have asked me a minute ago if Oath had any chance, I would have told you no.
What
They'd
the
be
hell
down
are
and
they
dusted.
working with? They should have like no helmets, no armor, nothing at this point. Look at how damaged everything is, but they're still just fighting their way through off of this. Vegas goes down and gets flushed. That pushes Oath up to 4 kills. We know that these guys can kill. That's the whole thing about it. We just haven't seen them get into a position to. Finally, with their backs against the wall, they're being forced to fight their way into claiming some part of this circle, and it's actually paying off for them. They're finally getting those points they need.
This is the potential that we wanted to see from Oath. This is the individual skill that this young team is capable of showing us. Here we go. Let's see if they can get it done. Now there is a fire. Circle's going up to the north. So look at WTSG. Same compound basically they had last game. FaZe is getting ripped up a bit. Gustav taken down by Pixel. Looking to get some damage onto 8s. He gets 1. Isn't able to connect a second shot.
So with the circle shift that's kind of happened, Team Liquid and WTSG are already inside the safe zone. But back down towards the east and the south is where it's just going to get very chaotic. You can see Harald trying to figure out how he's going to deal with the IG guys that were just taking those shots back over towards FaZe and slowed them down. Remember, just on the other side of IG, we have Exodus as well. So this is just going to be a run-and-gun situation for multiple teams to try to make it out of this point.
All right, finally, Harald is taken down. 8Z finds him. Good job by Singularity. Again, they're getting placement points. They're finding ways into late games. Not always being successful there, where they did win the first game of this tournament. However, today and from the rest of the days, it hasn't been quite as good for them. Ostrolovac trying to get up and inside of this circle. Pixel continuing to duke it out with members of FaZe Clan. Looks like now, though, he wants to get out because they are going to need to get into this next circle.
FaZe just used a couple of vehicles to rotate out and around IG, and that's going to force them back down towards the south. Navi's got themselves a beautiful position to play on right now. Not a lot of people really contesting it. They already cleared that out. That's how they're sitting on those 5 kills. But you can see Exodus has to retreat back down to go for this res because Oath is still just nipping at their heels the whole time as they go.
Well, this is scary. As Oath starts to feel it, apparently
IG.
they can out-duel teams when they're in horrible positions. IG down in the bottom.
Oath.
Right, yes, exactly. They're coming up. Let's see if they're able to third-party this.
Slow sneaking coming out from Oath, trying to make sure that they manage to get Taylor J down, but this is a full commit coming out on this angle. IG gets distracted, starts making their way back over towards the north. Grenade's going to roll right up next to Balefrost. Manages to close the door in time. It's fine. Just go ahead and get out of that spot. And they got plenty of vehicles to work with, but another grenade does manage to take down Taylor J. He's the guy that came over here and was trying to get some assistance onto it, but Oath gets caught out as they're trying to make their push over, and this has kind of neutralized both of these pushes in this situation. The blue is creeping up back onto this position as well, so Exodus, what are you going to do is now finally Inside Games decides that they want to go after Oath and get some damage back over towards Snakers, but Wolf still holding down that position, but not for too much longer as he finally gets taken down.
Yeah, this is a nice job by IG here, picking up points where they can, taking advantage of a prolonged fight between Exodus and Oath. That fight just took too long. When that happens in competitive PUBG, eventually some team is going to come in and make you pay for it.
But this is actually almost working towards Exodus's favor because it allowed them to at least get on the motorcycle, get into another position. Sure, they lost Pat out of that, but with this point, they were trying to get back over there.
Yeah, and then they got dusted. They tried to get into the circle and were just wiped because of it. Meanwhile, Inside Games starting to feel it. I talked to their members on the bus ride over here today, and they said they were feeling a lot of confidence. They felt like the last game of the day yesterday, they finally found their groove, and it's looking like they're definitely trying to capitalize on that.
6 kills and trying to contend with FaZe right now. They've been taking some long-range skirmishes back over towards them, and you can see Tab going to go ahead and finish out Uba. FaZe now finding themselves pincered between 2 different points and do get dropped off of that, and that's going to be another kill going back over towards IG, but Navi's got the defensive line and starting to make a push back over towards IG's position.
I mean, this is a really impressive run here by IG. I thought they were in a lot of trouble at times, and then they're able to find the right third parties, able to keep FaZe at bay. That is no easy task, so great job by them on that. Now they might have Navi coming up on their backsides. This could be the make or break moment for them in this game.
I want to point out Navi and IG are both fairly weakened due to how much they've been fighting. Sure, they managed to pick up a lot of kills, but WTSG just has the exact same plan as last time, which is, hey, let everybody else fight. We'll just take a couple of kills here and there as they come to us, but Navi aggressing back over towards IG is going to help out WTSG in the late game so much.
Somehow WTSG finds a compound. Tab is going to get knocked here, but 6 kills for Navi, so a better start to this one compared to the last game where they didn't have any kills. Now Navi did find themselves in a late game situation, got some points that way. Let's see if they can maybe eke out a few more this time around. Zampeak's going for the heal. Free kills coming in on the flank.
Oh, grenade does come up and get the down. Good throw coming out from Senya, so Free Kill has got to get this. He has got to get this flank off and at least take down one of these members before he gets spun back over on. Does get the spray back over towards it, gets the drop back over towards Senya. That's going to buy a little bit more space and movement for his other teammate that is up right now. Might opt into going for the res onto it, but WTSG is also about to extend on this angle, and that's going to make this very problematic. Best of Luck does get the down onto Free Kill while the res is trying to come through, but is WTSG going to spot this out? The grenade's going to roll right over there next to him, narrowly dodging that out. Miraku's just trying to get the angle back over towards this. Going to spot out the Navi members instead, and Best of Luck in a lot of trouble now.
All right, I'm really curious to see what Team Liquid wants to do. It seems like they're content to just hold the middle of the circle and let these other 3 teams fight this out, try to get the odd man situations in their favor eventually, because right now two of the other 3 teams have 3. They only have 2, so if they can lose some members. All right, Zampeak does get Best of Luck, so now it is a 3-on-3 on the top if they can get this res onto Free Kill.
Team Liquid is also still alive inside the circle, rounding out our 3 teams, but they've been very quiet since they lost a couple of members very early. Smoke's now starting to come out from IG, buying a little bit more space. You can see Pixel does have an interesting flank position back over towards Miraku, but Bard's position actually going to come up and provide a little bit of reinforcement on that if Pixel gets too aggressive from that spot.
Well, Vard is going to go for the grenade. The members of IG are all in that smoke, and the grenades, of course, you're trying to take advantage of that, but it's just a little bit too far out of reach for them to get them to connect.
Now, here's the thing. Liquid has the circle. WTSG is moving out. They want those kill points, and they feel like they're starting to contain IG, but that's allowing Team Liquid to get very comfortable inside that spot. WTSG has been really playing a decorating simulator inside of their buildings for like the last 20 minutes, so they really just want to get involved inside of this. Grenades are starting to come through. IG gets a little bit of damage back over towards Miraku, but he's still managing to get some work around that rock. Finally does go down. It's a peek back and forth on both of them, but it's going to be 2 members now down for WTSG. Talked about the fact that IG is feeling it, and they definitely are, moving up to 13 kills.
This is a really impressive game from IG, taking tons of good fights and mowing down some really strong competition. Now it is up to Team Liquid to try to finish this. Ibiza has pushed up the hill. They want to completely block this area out for IG.
So Team Liquid has the positioning on it. They know exactly where the fight has been going on. With the amount of fighting that IG has been doing, you know that they have to be a little bit weakened. Luckily, they do get a little bit of replenishment potentially from these loot boxes around. They're going to be able to move around this rock, maybe get armor back up. You can see still a little bit damaged, but the med kits, the utility, that's the big factors that they're going to need to push back down into it. Because let's be real, that's K-Mine and Ibiza sitting there waiting for them to start pushing down that hillside, and that is dangerous no matter who you are.
Yeah, that is a very scary proposition for this IG team. Love this maneuver here by IG. Working along the side of the hill, knowing that it isn't going to be easy for a member of Team Liquid to see them, because Team Liquid is going to be inside of the circle. From the inside of the circle, there's nowhere that you can really see over that hill that is to the west.
Really, it's just about this approach that we see coming out from IG. If Pixel can get back around and surprise Ibiza with this, it could be huge. But the big factor comes out is Zampeak. He's going to have to draw some attention back his direction. But you can see inside games, because they've been fighting for so long on the other side of this hill, they have no idea where the last couple of members are hiding at. And so really it's coming down to who sees who first and who can get those introductory knocks to really put some work in. Because right now, IG is just on the edge of this circle. And I wouldn't be surprised if we kind of see some distance kept out as finally Zampeak does get spotted. K-Mine's going to draw attention onto that, so now it's going to be all into Ibiza. If Pixel manages to sneak around back over towards us as they're caught up looking at Zampeak, that could be huge. Pixel takes the shots back over towards K-Mine, but doesn't get the down. Instead, it's going to be Ebi that throws a grenade back over towards Zampeak.
That's a really nice start here for Team Liquid. Free Kill is moving right over. Smokes are down, trying to get this res. Is Ibi going to allow it? I haven't seen Ibi's utility just recently. I don't know if he has many frags left at this point. Catches Pixel with just a little bit of damage as Pixel is trying to take the pressure off and allow this res to happen.
But it's the fact that he spotted him is so huge right now. That's forcing Pixel to play back behind that tree. You can see Ebi's holding back 2 members very close range. The moment they crest that hill, he's going to have a view for it. But Free Kill gets some good damage back over towards Ebi. So now it's all onto K-Mine. He is outnumbered 3-1, but he does have the circle and he knows where every single player is. The problem with it is everybody from IG knows exactly where he is as well. Now finally, Ebi getting flushed out. It's just K-Mine. And how's this push going to come through? Is IG going to be able to pick up another one?
K-Mine needs to find some way to 1v3 this. He isn't able to connect those shots onto Pixel. Had he been able to get that knock, that would have opened up quite a bit of space for him. Now, there is a lot of smokes, tons of utility like you were talking about earlier, available for IG. So if they're safe about this, that's not the right place to prone. You're not in the smoke there, Free Kill.
So K-Mine connected with that one shot and instantly just started unloading, praying the fact that he could connect off of it. He knows the numbers are against him. Spots out another one, does get the down, turns it into a 2v1 situation. His helmet is weak. He can hear the grenade starting to come down next to him. Does some damage, drops him down to 25 life. He has to be cautious. If they can manage to get up into grenade range, he is in so much trouble, but it's all on that push coming out from Pixel right off to the side of this. I don't know if he knows how close he has gotten. He looks back over the tree, has an idea with it, but Free Kill still holding that other angle. Use the Molotov, buy a little bit more space.
Yeah, this is a nice job by K-Mine. He's getting Pixel to look a little bit, gets a little bit of damage. The fire is connecting. You can see it ticking down. 10 at a time, but I don't think it's going to be enough to get the knock onto Pixel. Meanwhile, Free Kill is just trying to see if he can catch K-Mine overextending just a little bit to the left of this hill.
I love the use of Molotov. Try to force him away from the tree. Get that angle to get the down onto it. Trying to catch a little bit more damage onto Free Kill, but just doesn't manage to get it. The blue is really close to Free Kill, so he's going to have to be the first person to move, but Pixel is actually closest towards the center right now, so all pressure going back over towards Free Kill. Finally gets the down into it and turns this into a 1v1 situation. Opts into going for the flush, secure the point, but now the true battle begins. It's going to be between Pixel and K-Mine. It's a peak battle from tree to rock, and that's going to be a lot of damage coming back over towards both of them, about half each. Now it's going to be pressure preparation. Smoke's starting to get thrown. The blue's starting to encroach back behind K-Mine. He knows he's going to have to move. Pixel opting into playing this out. Going to try to use the smoke that K-Mine is throwing down to get into a better position himself. So now, K-Mine, all pressure onto you. Which direction do you go? Still thinks that he might be at the tree. That could catch him out. Does spot out Pixel, goes for the spray, but no! It's going to be Pixel that picks up with 15 kills for IG.
The mind games there were really intense. What a duel between those two players. K-Mine able to take out 2 of the 3 surviving members of Inside Gaming. Isn't able to get that last one. It was so close. But my goodness, what a performance there by IG. What is that, 15 kills, Matchroom?
Pixel walking away with 7. And again, based off of that beautiful flank that he managed to pull off inside of that, and a great showing coming. I mean, you don't just casually get a game with that many kills. We saw them having to skirmish with so many teams that we have huge histories inside of this scene, and they managed to fight through them all.
That was just masterful from them. A lot of that is done on the edges of these circles. This isn't like they're gifted a center circle situation. They have to battle through Oath, Exodus, WTSG, Team Liquid, FaZe Clan.